Social isolation can really make you feel like you're trapped in your own mind. Desperately want connection. You want to reach out. You want to ask for help. But the very thing that you're struggling with really makes it impossible to get that help. It's like being thirsty, but then you're afraid of water. And here's what makes it even harder, right? So you kind of like feel completely isolated because you think you're the only one going through this, because again, you're away from everyone. You're convinced that everyone else has it figured out, maybe online or wherever you're seeing them, and that they're all watching you, judging you, waiting for you to mess up somehow. And here's the thing, because I really want you to hear this, right? You're not alone in this. Social anxiety affects, I'm pretty sure, like millions of people every single day worldwide. And the feeling of like being watched and judged, a lot of times it's not even real, because people have their own day-to-day responsibilities and they're just living their own life and they're just kind of full up over that. And sometimes our brains kind of confuse that, so it tries to protect us, but then it goes into overdrive by kind of like becoming over analytical. And so as a result, it's going to feel pretty exhausting, because your brain is constantly running social calculations like, what did they mean by that? Did I say something wrong? Are they looking at me weird? Should I have said that differently? You know, when you're in bed at like 3 a.m. and you suddenly remember like a really embarrassing moment that happened years ago. It's kind of like that, but just every day and quite constantly. An even better example, it's like having a computer running like hundreds of programs at once. It's gonna slow down and overheat, and it's probably gonna fry you out. And you're probably like that right now. You're on like an overdrive kind of mode. And then paired with that, like you might even feel guilty, because deep down you want human connection. We're humans, we thrive off people, whether you're introvert or extrovert, because even introverts still want like one or two friends. It's just to be a basic human is to want friends or some sense of belonging. But then like your social anxiety or isolation kind of makes it feel pretty impossible to get there. And if you're someone who's got like friends and all that stuff, you might end up cancelling plans last minute. You start to avoid opportunities at social events, or even just be really quiet generally. And then afterwards, you beat yourself up for it. And then you might even start to ask yourself, why can't I just be normal? Why can't I be like other people? And that is where the true damage lies, because that is going to eat up at your self-esteem and your self-confidence. And I really want you to understand that there's nothing, absolutely nothing wrong with you. Because the thing about social anxiety, at least to me, it seems like you're incredibly socially aware, because you're picking up on micro expressions, different tone changes, body language, different social dynamics that other people completely miss because they're stuck in the moment. Like, that's a pretty good skill. And it's not that you lack the social skills, it's just that you're too aware and you complicate things because you're on overdrive. So recognize that you're actually kind of talented in the way that you see things. It's just misdirected, because people like you are probably going to make excellent friends, really genuine, authentic friends once you feel comfortable, because you're so tuned into the way other people are feeling. You're going to be more empathetic, you're going to be more considerate, and because you analyze so much, you're going to think before you speak. You know, it's a great skill to have. It really is. It may not seem like that, but trust me, in the right direction, man, you're capable of changing your life. So the goal isn't to really turn off the awareness, it's just to learn how to filter it properly and to really understand how your brain is working to kind of distinguish between social threats and imaginary ones, which is going to be the biggest challenge yet. But why not face the challenge now rather than having to constantly feel like you're in overdrive? And obviously the first step in dealing with this kind of stuff is going to be trying to see and realize when your kind of isolation or anxiety filter is starting to distort to reality. You have to start paying attention to your thoughts when you're in these kind of moments where you have to start asking, like, is this really happening? Or is this what my anxiety is trying to tell me? Like, if there's a pause in conversation, or maybe someone doesn't text back immediately, you might start to completely notice that, like, oh man, they don't like me. But really and truly, it may not even be like that at all. It might just be that they're busy. People are gonna see things differently than you do. And your anxiety is gonna feed off that fear, man. You gotta starve it to some degree. But you ain't gonna obviously get rid of it immediately. You gotta start small, right? Little interactions, little ones. Nobody's here to judge you. You're more than welcome in this world, man, trust me. You wouldn't be here if you wasn't. And try to consciously analyze. In the sense, normally how you know if you go outside, you just be like, oh my gosh, are they looking at me differently? Just look at people. Just observe them. And be like, you know what? That person looks pretty busy. Maybe other people are also pretty busy. Maybe they're not actually looking at me. You can look from a distance. But just notice how a lot of people are just going to be so into their own lives that they don't really care. And even if they do, how much of their day is really going to be spent on judging you? 5 seconds max, because again, their life is going to be their main priority, their main focus. The moment they get a text or they get some kind of notification on their phone, that's it. You probably just completely vanish from their mind. So take what you will from that. Please be patient with yourself, man. Please, because you judge yourself too much, man. With that being said, you deserve connection, you deserve friendships, and you should absolutely deserve to feel comfortable in your own skin around people. It takes time and it takes recognition, but it's absolutely possible. And also, another side note, most people are dealing with their own insecurities and anxieties. Nobody is perfect. Nobody. So you got this. I wish you well, and I hope this video was valuable in any kind of sense. Peace and blessings be to you all, and I'll see you in the next one.